Okay, well, so we've just finished the final meeting of this iteration of the steering committee of the Global Partnership here in Abuja in preparation for the first high-level meeting of the Global Partnership. And I think, well, there's mixed takeaways. In some sense, we feel like we're coming from completely different universes from the people from the CSO side and then everyone else in the room. I say this because a lot of the times when we're presenting our ideas, it falls on what seems to be deaf ears, especially around the private sector, where there doesn't seem to be any receptiveness to the kinds of ideas that we present around standards-based participation of the private sector on human rights and labor rights, around the development additionality and the fair risk sharing, around the innovative mechanisms of financing. These don't fit within the context at all of the discussions that they're talking about at the private sector. Private sector strand seems purely focused on trying to bring the private sector in, coddle the private sector, and do whatever they can to make the private sector happy. This is obviously not what we would wish from this kind of partnership, especially in the sense that everything around the private sector is also trying to speak to the fact that they don't operate in a vacuum, but they operate with civil society, governments, local authorities, and so on. The positive takeaways, I would say we've finally gained some ground on our, I guess, 2-year effort to secure a place for trade unions at the table. At the same time, the question is, for what? If every time we're trying to express our views and have them take it on, they're basically being stonewalled. I'd say another positive takeaway, though, which it could be a good indication for how this moves forward, is the collaboration we've had with other stakeholders around, in particular, the preparation of one of the substantive sessions to be taking place in Mexico. I think this has been a positive experience and one that has really demonstrated the kind of partnership that we're trying to achieve with this process, and perhaps we can use that as an example going forward of how all the sub processes should be handled. This is obviously difficult, but we'll use it as an illustration of what can be done within the context of this process.